What's up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. Audelia Michael Holmgren here, and today we are going to do hopefully 24 hours with a 3-month-old. So if you haven't seen yet, I did 24 hours with a newborn. I can't remember how old she was then, but all I remember is her eating like every 5 seconds, me getting no sleep, her being super inconsistent with sleep and feeding and wake times. And so much has changed since. So I think I'll do a 3-month recap at the end. I want to stick to what the title is and not clickbait you. So I decided to start right now. It is 8:30 in the morning, February 27th. And I decided to start during her nap. So I could take a second to organize my thoughts. And I'll go all the way to tomorrow morning's nap. So she's been napping now about 45 minutes, 45 minutes. We've been working on the shish pat method. If you haven't read about that, it's just basically where you try to lay them down when they're pretty drowsy and ready to fall asleep to help them fall asleep on their own. If they start, you can do like shush and pat them while they're in the crib. If they start crying, pick them up. As soon as they stop crying, put them back down. So it minimizes crying time, because we're not trying to do like the extinction method or cry out or any of that. It just can take longer, but that's fine. We're not in a rush. So I did that. She was up at 6, which we're trying to hopefully tonight get her down at 7 instead of 6, so that she can sleep till 7, so that I can sleep till 7. But she slept a lot yesterday. She slept 2.5 hours at my friend's house, which I shouldn't have let her done, but it's okay. So we were up at 6. She ate at 6:15. We took her brother out, Pepper, the puppy. And then we came upstairs. We did 2 games, and then I could tell she was tired. And if you've ever dealt with an overtired baby, it is not fun. You think like, oh, they're so tired, I can just put them to sleep. No, they start. They look like they're being electrocuted, like legs straight. I'm thinking she's gonna like pop her kneecaps that she doesn't have yet. So no, once you start seeing the yawn and the finger biting and the looking off into the distance like she sees a ghost, it's time to go to bed. So she's in the room right now. My husband Adam is still asleep. He gets up around, his alarm set for 9, but he gets up around 9:30, and Pepper's in there as well, who has been dealing with a lot of anxiety, and I'll get into that later. I'll add him to my list of things to discuss. So next up should be, she should get up in the next like 15 minutes. We're gonna do some toys. So some of the toys I'm playing with her right now, of course, a mirror. She doesn't understand that is her, but she's just fascinated by what she sees. She likes this car. I don't even know where I got this from, but I go like up her face, and she likes the feeling. They're really into, in 3 months, they're really into textures and fabrics and stuff. So she likes the feeling of that. This is Herbert. She's only allowed to call him Herbie, and we sing, it's Herbie, it's Herbie. Everyone loves Herbie. I guess you find yourself making jingles as a mom or as a dad. So this toy, I didn't even realize somebody bought this. I didn't put this on the list, but it's so funny how in the beginning she was like, whatever. And now it's one of her favorites because it's so easy to grab for their little hands. So right now they're starting to learn distance. So if I have it here, like to her, it could be like this, or it could be like this. I'm not sure. So when she grabs it, there's just this excitement of like, oh my gosh, I just got a bite out of life. This one holds her for not very long, but you just kind of spin it and it stays stuck to the table. And I've been trying to get her to move her arms so she could play with this, but she's not really into it. And then we read some books. We have a black and white book with just pictures in it, which she loves. We have a book that's in English and Spanish because I want her to be bilingual. I think it is important for her just in the world. I think it's also important if we stay in California to also help with the comfortability of others, especially with everything that's going on. And we're Puerto Ricans, so I don't care if I'm a quarter Porter. That'll make her like a 4th. It don't matter. Or not a 4th, an 8th. No, I'm an 8th, a 16th. Don't matter. So we read a book that's in English and Spanish. And then we have one of my favorite books, which I didn't even pick out. Adam picked it out. It's called Little Shark. I don't know why these things excite me, but I sing the songs and I touch her face with the fabric and she loves it. So that's what we'll do next. And then today I am doing a voiceover job for something I can't tell. I don't even remember what it's called. So I did sign an NDA, but I usually don't learn enough to even breach that. So today I go in for a dubbing job, which is basically when if you've ever watched like Love is Blind Portugal and you've listened to it in English and there's a person talking in English, that's what I'm doing today, dubbing over something in French, TV show or something. Maybe it's a movie. No, it's a TV show, episodes. So I'm going to drop her off at my girl Tiff's house, who is like 8 minutes from the studio. And then I have 2 clients today. I'm a life coach and life and career coach and voiceover artist and coach. So today I have 2 life coaching clients. And then this is my first night free since Monday. And it is Friday. Tuesday night I was out for an event for my alumni association. Wednesday night I was out for choir rehearsal. Last night I was up getting this lovely record player that I've been wanting behind the phone. And tonight is the first night I can actually spend time with the family. So I'll share more. I'll share a little bit of her once she's up. Let's see. I don't think she'll make it to 9, but you never know. Oh, and before I forget, and any mom on here will understand this, there's this thing that happens when your child goes down where your brain literally tries to think of every single thing you can try to get done while they're asleep. So you will find yourself, I was making breakfast. While making breakfast, I went and did some voiceover jobs. While I was eating, I edited the jobs. Then I grabbed my pills and started putting in my pill box. I started setting up my pumping station. Like, you literally are like little Kim, like, oh, what can I do now? So if I still have 15 more minutes, I think I'm going to try to pump before she gets up. Morning, everyone. It is 5:40 a.m. I attempted this yesterday and completely forgot after this video. I am going to do 24 hours with a 3-month-old, as well as a recap of this 4th trimester, as they call it. I think the last time I did it was with 24 hours with a newborn. I can't remember how many weeks she is, but that video is short and sweet and in the description below. I believe I put a video right before this where I'm not whispering. But I'm going to do my best to remember today to document. So right now her wake time has been 6 o'clock. I'm trying to push it to 7, but it's been consistently kind of 6, so I'm not forcing it. She also skipped her 3:45 feed, which means she hasn't eaten since 12:30, which is my husband's feed. So if we could even get that consistent, I don't mind getting up at 6, because that means I get to sleep. If I sleep through her feed with him, I can sleep all the way till 6, which means it skips my entire shift of 2 to 6 a.m. So fingers crossed. Okay, so I'm basically trying to run the clock out till 6, making sure I have my water, making sure I have everything I need. Because sometimes you can forget to take care of yourself when you're taking care of these children. I thought it was like a joke, but no, there's been days where I've gone 2 days and I'm like, did I shower? Because my bathroom is in the room, and so when she goes to sleep, I don't use it. And I was like, I need to start using my husband's bathroom. I need to shower, child. Okay, so I went a little skimp and got this. Most of the gummies are good, but I'm gonna go back to what I had before. Good morning. Good morning. So now it is 6:04. Good morning. Good morning. And basically what we do now is we try to stretch the time a little bit, right? So we change our panty, we change our outfit until you get tired of me and you're like, she's been sneezing a lot lately and I can catch it better now. Before she would get me good. Bless you. Salud. Working on her bilingual, okay? Salud. You want to show them your smile? Hold on. Say good morning. Say good morning. Hi. Buenos dias. So while she's nursing, I still try to stick to my morning rituals. So I start with my gratitude journal, which I have been doing for the last 2 years. So I'll start by comparing or taking a look at what I did the year before, what I was grateful for, what happened that day, and sometimes I'll reach out to people who were mentioned, and then I'll go into my new book and I'll put down 3 things I'm grateful for, 3 things that would make the day great, and then a positive affirmation. And then at night, I write out 3 things that happened that were great and something that I learned. Sometimes it's a personal thing that I've learned about myself. Sometimes it's literally like my mom telling me that I can drive with my daughter in the HOV lane, even though she's an infant. So you learn something new every day, whether it's just more about myself or more about the world. Okay, so as she's finishing up, I was kind of reflecting on, this is my gratitude journal from last year and this year, and I like to look at them back to back to see where I've grown. This one, the dates, I missed a few days, and this one doesn't have a date, but I found it interesting that my positive affirmation was, I am disconnected from the power that money once had over me. What a difference a year makes, because I feel like I've fallen back into that place. So this is something I want to journal about and pray on and think about today, is the effect that money has on me. And it's really strange because even when I get money, I'm not like, oh my gosh, I got money. My thought is like, okay, where does it need to go and how do I need to make more? So that's something I need to sit with today, probably during her first nap. Y'all, I done already forgot time talking to my mama. It's 6:55. We are out in these streets. Baby girl is up. She is looking up at the sky. I am not the biggest fan of carriers. However, she has been hurting my freaking wrists. I had to get a cortisone shot last week in the left hand. I've already had 2 in the right. But we're really out here just walking the dog. So where I live right now is a little sketch betch. We were about to go to the right, but it looked like they were doing drugs over there. So then we turned to the left. So this is a temporary situation. However, inside the building is fabulous. So that's what we focus on. So right now we're going to go upstairs. I think it's almost her nap time. So we'll put her to sleep. And then when she wakes up, we'll do her books and sing some songs. I will put a pillow behind her because she likes to sleep on her side. That hairline is diabolical. We'll get to that another day. I let her lay on her side for the beginning just to get settled, because babies are obviously more comfortable on their stomachs and sides than on the backs, but that's how they're supposed to be in the crib. So just for a few minutes, I put the pillow back there so that if she does start to fall back, it's gradual and she doesn't catch whatever is called like the Moro's reflex or whatever. But then I'll always go in and take the pillow out to make sure she doesn't roll over into her face. But I'm watching, trust me. Okay, so like clockwork, she is down. It is 7 o'clock, 7:12. I stretched it a little bit because I needed to take my dog out, Pepper. But she started yawning outside, and something that we're learning are the cues, the early cues. She starts yawning, looking off into the distance, chewing on her fingers. She is tired. Before, we used to kind of push through that, and then she'd get overtired, and then it was really hard to put her down. All right, so there's nothing I love more than a clean house. So in the morning, I'll usually do some light cleaning up, adding water to our water filter so that I can get in my 100 ounces at least a day. Cleaning out the fridge, cleaning off the counters, just making sure everything is ready, including Amaya's water that we sometimes boil, sometimes we use distilled. And then I clean up the living room after her and I have done all of our books and played with our toys. And then I get to our kind of hallway area Usually our table we sometimes use as a table to just drop things off as we come in. So just making sure that that is clean. You can see my plants. By the time you're watching this, those have gone on to a better place. Because I guess I might as well combine this with 24 hours of eating, or day of eating, whatever they call it. Okay, first and foremost, if you're coming on here looking for food inspo, go ahead and click to the next video. I eat very bare bones. I was a competitive bodybuilder for 4 years, and I eat to survive. That may change once I start feeding her, but let me tell you right now, I just eat to survive. So go ahead and judge me. But so there is my cream of rice, not to be confused with cream of wheat, but very similar. And then 2 pieces of turkey bacon, and I guess a fried egg, because I just left it on there and just let it turn into whatever it wanted to. And while I eat, I write in my book, The First 90 Days After Birth. Now I am technically on day 88 in my journey, but I did not start this day 1, and I've missed some days. But I'm looking forward to today's. Spend some time thinking about and feeling into all that you're learning right now, and then complete these sentences. Motherhood is teaching me what I love about motherhood is. And then on this side, there's a self-care checklist that I love. And I'm gonna do this while I eat. All right, it's 7:45 and she is still asleep, so I'm gonna start pumping. Normally I try to do it while I play with her, but if she sleeps another 10 minutes, oh my God, it will be so golden. Let's see what happens. So I just wanted to share my entry. Motherhood is teaching me to breathe, to work daily at staying in the moment, to trust my gut, and to never give up. It's teaching me how to be a better wife and friend by finally leaning into others for support. Even the tough times are teachable. What I love about motherhood is knowing that she won't remember any of this, just like I don't remember my childhood early on, but she will remember how loved and cared for she was. Oh, you still tired? Did somebody sleep for an hour and a half? Did you sleep for an hour and a half? Do you want to read your book now? Yeah, let's read your book. Let's read your book. Time is 8:49. We read our books and we played on our piano. And I think she's already ready for a second nap. It's okay. Got it, baby girl. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay to take a second nap, just for a few minutes. Got me good. Oh no, you didn't mean to. It's okay. So we made it to 9 o'clock. So that's 3 hours. I'm trying to stretch her feeding windows to 4, but when a girl's hungry, a girl's hungry. All right, so we do 5 minutes of TV. She can't really tell what's going on, but she likes the music. Hey, girl. You know your angles. There were 2 in the bed and the little one said, roll over. So we all rolled over and one fell out. One. There was 1 in the bed and the little one said, I'm lonely. Yay. One fun thing about kids, you can just literally do whatever you want to them. Oh no. Where's Amaya? Oh no. Just kidding. All right, y'all. We at the gym, getting it in. Yeah, on this adductor machine. I'm feeling good today, y'all. Today was a good day to film. I almost forgot to film again. It's just so easy. Sorry. I feel like I look so busted and disgusted, but you know what? I got my man, I got my child, I got my happiness, my joy, my God. This is just what it is, okay? She knows how to clean up when she needs to. I'm here for the work, okay? Also, I have to show y'all the body later. The body is bodying, okay? All right, catch them up. We did some shopping today, and you helped mommy clean, and we got to do some more cleaning, but it's 5:30. It's time for you to get ready for bed. You want to tell them how perfect you were today? You took good naps. You didn't cry a lot. That's not what makes you good, because you didn't cry. You didn't need to cry. You got everything you needed, and you make mommy and daddy smile because you're just so beautiful. Do I need to catch them up on anything else? It's almost your bedtime. Yep, there it is. The crash out. There's better lighting facing ahead, so we just ate, took a bath, and ate again. Now we are getting ready for bed. 6:30, 7 o'clock, the latest is always the goal to get her down. She may get up a few times tonight, but always get her back down. Let's see how tonight goes. We are cutting up already. What is all this movement, girl? What's happening? Oh, no camera time? What? Sucking on your fingers? Okay, she is down. It is 6:56. Right now the house is looking like whoa. So we are doing dishes, laundry, just getting cleaned up. Let's clean up the place while she sleeps. She'll probably wake up 30 minutes or so, just kind of shaking around, but for the most part she sleeps till about 12:30. So yeah, I'm gonna clean up and then do a voiceover audition, eat, fold some laundry, catch up on my shows. I also picked up some new flanges because they were starting to lose their luster. And I bought a record player and I tried to use the cord from her humidifier and it started burning. So I'm gonna see what happens now. Wish me luck. This hair today is crazy, but I just want y'all to see the real, raw, real. And to be clear, my locks are delicious, but I could have just gave them a little bit, you know, a little styling. I could have did something. Yeah, I just sat back and then realized I can't do that. Oh, this lighting is horrid. That's all right. The time is 10:15. She is still sound asleep, pretty much. Been like a little stirry, but nothing crazy. I am pumping, my last pump of the night. I have to be up at 5 a.m. for choir tomorrow. I'm gonna take her with me. So this will end in the morning. And if it doesn't, if I forget, then thank y'all for watching. I'm also gonna do a section where I'm actually just sitting down and just kind of recapping what these 3 months have been like, what I expected, what I didn't expect, what's been happening within my marriage with the baby and just my own personal things going on. But today was honestly probably one of her best days. She has great days in general. But I was like, okay, girl, you showing off because I'm recording, clearly. So thank y'all for watching this portion and stay tuned. All right, good morning, y'all. It is 5:29. I'm up to get ready for choir. Baby girl is waking up soon, so I need to get on it. All righty, the time is 6:35. We are on our way to church. She's in the back, living her best life. She was so easy to get up this morning. I'm like, girl, you are showing off in this video, okay? So I'll talk a little bit. I won't look at the screen. I'll talk a little bit about these 3 months. So I kind of skimmed the last video I made. The main thing from it was like, your schedule is not your own. You are doing whatever they say when they say it, when they're little. And to an extent, like, we still follow her flow, because we had a situation where we tried to, a few things happened. A friend and I tried to kind of start her on trying to get to 12 hours of sleep in 12 weeks. And the first mistake I made, and I getting better this year at admitting things and apologizing, was I kind of just threw it on Adam. I didn't like tell him about it really, or discuss it with him, or decide on it together. I was just like, hey, this is what we're doing. And one thing my doula said, and if you don't know who doula is, go ahead and check the episode on doulas and why they're so important to have. She was like, as long as you don't get stressed out and you're not stressed out and she's stressed out and nothing is productive, like. But then I started getting stressed out because we'd be trying to like keep her wake windows longer and try to hold off on feeding, and she'd be crying. It was no good. So we took a step back and she was like, let's first, salud, mi amor. She said, let's first start with trying to get her to sleep drowsy, like, so she can start putting herself to sleep. So we started with that. And in the midst of that, she started skipping her 3:45 a.m. feed, which is fabulous because baby I went to bed last night at 10:34, 10:45, which even for me was a little late. And I was like, ugh. And my shift is 2 to 10, basically. But when I tell you I woke up at 4:45, like, did she not wake me up to eat? Girl, I knew I liked you. So I got to sleep, so I'm feeling good. Last Sunday, not so much. This Sunday is popping. But yeah, I started stressing myself out because, like, I started feeling like she was behind. It was a whole thing. And so once we started letting her do her thing, the flow has become so much easier. And my girl Tiff, who's also part of the choir with me, has been taking care of her, and that has been so helpful for me to get to work, doing my voiceover jobs and doing other things. So anyway, in these 3 months, how am I feeling? Physically, I call it an emergency C-section, an urgent C-section, not an emergency C-section, because although it was not planned, it was not on the calendar, it was not in the schedule, we didn't have to rush like, Grey's Anatomy. So that healing process has been amazing, and I had a really hard time in the beginning. I did not want to take off my bandage. I had this theory in my head that, like, the top half of my body would just fall off the moment it was not rational at all, not logical at all, but you feel what you feel. And I had a hard time taking the bandage off. So for the first few days, I did not shower. I just wiped the horse bath. My mama helped me put my little Depends on, on and off throughout the day. And then once I was able to take it off and I was able to get in the shower, I didn't want to touch it. Like, I was scared to touch it, but my homegirl, who also had a C-section, was like, you have to start, massaging the scar tissue, because it can, build up, get stuck. I don't know. It could do something that it ain't supposed to do. And so I was like, okay. Oh, look at the doggy. Oh, he's such a good boy. Just sitting there getting love on the corner. Pepper would never sit. Girl, what you saying back there? What happened? Something happened in your dreams? You trying to tell me I'm not listening? Okay, I'll be there in a second. I ain't never heard her talk this much. She must just be looking at herself in the mirror. That part is so cool, seeing her look in a mirror. She doesn't understand it's her reflection, but she sees something and it makes her smile. That makes me smile. So I was afraid to touch it and massage it, so I went and got a postpartum massage, and she did a massage over it. And I ain't gonna lie, it was not the most comfortable, but she set the spark for me, because I was not going to do it. I didn't want no parts of it. I didn't want to touch it. I didn't want to look at it. And so now I feel much more comfortable. So every day, even if it's just 2 minutes, 30 seconds, grab a little massage oil, and I massage above it, below it, circles across. So that is healing well. Weight-wise, obviously I'm breastfeeding and pumping, so going on a real diet. I'm probably honestly still not eating enough for what they would say you need to breastfeed, but I feel satisfied. So I keep saying, every morning I'm gonna start, measuring out my food and putting I don't make it past breakfast. Usually, I do not make it past breakfast. But right now I'm at 137 points. I think it was 4 or something. I basically had a deload week this week. I didn't get to work out for 3 days in a row. So whatever the scale says tomorrow, it says. I'm not tripping about it. I would like to get down to 135 as the next marker, then 130, 125. In a perfect world, 120. I don't see that happening relatively soon, but that's all right. But the good thing is there's a lot of weight on me that I'm looking at, and I'm like, yeah, I don't normally have this, so it's gonna go. And although I am going to be 41, I have disciplined my body a lot, and I'm continuing to build muscle in this time, so that when I do get the fat off, the skin wraps nicely around the muscle, because your girl wants her shoulders back. Dear shoulders, where are you? Come back. What else? So that's physically. My knee was bothering me, but that's because I went too hard at church choir last month. I got my cortisone shot in my left hand, and I hate to admit it. It works. I am not a needle person. It is a very uncomfortable injection or whatever shot, but oh my God. Even within 2 days, it feels like a whole different hand. So hopefully I won't have to get another one. They say you can't get it anyway for 3 months, but hopefully I won't have to get another one. Just being more careful now, making sure that I pick her up with, just with more intention, wearing her more, putting her in seats more instead of just carrying her all the time. But I like holding my baby. I think my camera's gonna go off soon. Apparently I'm out of storage, which was like never a thing until I got this new update. So that's physically, I'm getting more sleep. The body, the lower half is lower halving. Like in the gym, it looks great with clothes on. So I will take every win. I am ready to be in like a regular set size of clothing so I can revamp my wardrobe for grad school. But we have time. It's not until the fall. But right now I'm just like, I have a bunch of clothes I just cannot fit into yet. I'm like on the cusp. Mentally, I'm feeling much better. That whole sleep deprivation is a real thing. And there were times where I'm like, am I a good mom? Will she be a menace to society? Like, is she going to run my life? Like, I'll be thinking crazy things. Or like, as soon as she goes to sleep, I feel like I need to go to sleep because I'm not going to get sleep. She's going to keep me up all night. And she has at times. But I had to stop doing that because every time the sun started going down, my anxiety went straight through my anxiousness. I'm not claiming anxiety. My anxiousness went straight through the roof. And so last night, that's why part of why I stayed up was like I wasn't exactly tired. And I wanted to be like, no, you cannot. Like, she's going to go down sometimes at 6 o'clock. You cannot go to sleep at 6 o'clock. You will wake up at 11, that's going to mess up your sleep. So mentally, I feel much better. Work is coming in. Shoot, financially, I'm put that under mental. Like, your girl be a little stressed because as much as I love coaching with all my being, getting people to sign up, I am not interested in it anymore, which is part of why I'm going to school to become a professor, because I do not want to do the marketing side of it anymore. I'm not interested at all. Like, if they just don't show up, they don't show up. So with that being said, I'm not making as much because I'm focused on the clients I already have. So that could, place a little financial strain, but Voiceover is picking up. Adam's jobs have been picking up. So financially, we are feeling good right now. And the rent is due today, March 1st, okay? They don't care if it's a Sunday. Come up off that check. And then lastly, emotionally, I'm feeling well. I wasn't the best communicator in my relationship this week, and I can admit that. But I have a feeling this is going to be a really good week ahead. And as she heads into, she'll be 3 months in a week, or however they like to do it, 13 weeks, 14 weeks. I think it's going to be a really good week, a really good month. Money making March, move making March. More money, more problem, no problem. More money, no problems, March. And yeah, I just feel really grateful. I'm still so grateful that I did this at 40. Like, I cannot imagine doing this any earlier for me. That's no shade to you. Don't take that personal. Don't take it personal. I don't want to get copyrighted because that sounded so good. But for me, in my village, this was the perfect time. So I'm grateful for my little one back there. She's just growing up right before my eyes. It does not feel as fast as everyone has been saying, but I guess maybe in 10 years I'll feel a different way. But right now I'm just completely in awe of her. And I did not feel that way in the beginning. Everybody's like, oh my gosh, did you have the newborn bliss? You asked me a little too early. I forgot what I done been through. But, now we kicking it. We rocking. Her and her daddy got their own little thing going, which is really beautiful to see. And I'm grateful for partnership. Shout out to all the single moms out there. I don't know how you do it, but you do it, and I recognize that and much respect. Shout out to all the younger moms juggling, your career, maybe having to go back to work. Like, just all the women out there trying to breastfeed. Like, oh my goodness. What can't we do? We're just so... Women are those girls. Okay, period. Anyway, thank y'all for tuning in. Maybe I'll do one for 4 month. Apparently there's a 4-month sleep regression, even though I feel like we just did that last week. But cheekbones are cheekboning. Guys, I'm not gonna front. I got such good footage. I'm like, should we just do 48 hours with a 3-month-old? Will the headlines pull in as much people? Maybe I'll just say stop if you want. I'll just put 24 hours, and if you want to stop at 24, stop. If you want to keep going, go. But church was incredible. I'm surprised I still have my voice. We was singing. Baby girl back here apparently was #perfect from start to finish. No fuss, no nothing. Of course, she's my child. She was perfect. Now we're heading home. She's gonna be wide awake. She can go to her daddy. I need to take a nap. Cause we're going partying tonight. We're going outside. My girl Tiff is gonna take her for 2 hours. We're gonna go celebrate someone's birthday and keep it moving, okay? And get to bed, get everybody back in bed by 9:30, 10 o'clock. This was a great way to end the week. Kind of feels like I'm starting the week. Just in good worship around great people. We just found out more people in the choir are pregnant, but don't forget who was the first. Period. All right, if you don't know and you're new here, don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. You gotta like, comment, share, subscribe. Don't make your girl big. And as we always say on my channel, age does not define your timeline. Yeah, those are real mountains. You do.